Yo, how is everybody doing today? Hope you guys have had a nice Tuesday. Today, as you guys can probably see from the title, we lost a little bit of money. Not that much, but still like some sort of a dent. If Alpha 6 want to load, there we go. So we've lost $327 today. And I'll just go through what trades I took and not like exactly why they were bad or why they were good, but just what could have been better and how I could have avoided the trade. So overall, I had a bearish bias. On the hourly, we were in equilibrium or tapped premium of the range. Then we had a 15-minute change in the state right here. In fact, I'll do it on TradingView. We have a 15-minute change in the state up here, but this obviously is not 9:30 open, so this is probably going to be ignored. Actually, we do tap the change in the state here as well, but what I was using then was this bearish SIBI. And then we had internal manipulation of the high, and we actually Judas swings at 9:30 these highs up here. So we manipulated those highs and we dumped. Now there was a possible entry that we could have taken here. However, the RR wasn't that great. Okay, so overall, didn't really want to take that. I don't know why 9:30 is not opening. There it is. Okay, so this was a possible trade. However, for me, it's not big enough. The inversion isn't big enough. So that's personally why I was also unsure of taking this. I actually kind of also wasn't really comfortable with taking 9:30 trades. However, this did look pretty good. So we tapped the 15-minute change in the state and the SIBI, and also manipulated above, creating a 15-second forever model. I don't think there was a 30-second entry. Let's see. No 30-second entry. And we ended up going all the way down, taking out London and Asia low. But I still thought that we had power to come lower to this yesterday's swing low. And that's exactly what we did. Right? There was no reason for us to rebalance higher, and obviously SMT isn't a reason to go higher. It's just an added confidence. Okay, so we come lower. 12 or lunch macro comes into this 4-hour BISI, which was my draw. My overall daily BISI, which was my draw. And yeah, so we also had equilibrium as well. So overall, wasn't a bad day to trade framework wise. However, the entries that I took could be considered bad. And obviously now I'm trading the second time frames, and obviously like the majority doesn't trade second time frame, so it's kind of hard for me to learn. So I kind of want to find them like a mentor, in quotes, but yeah. We tapped the 5-minute SIBI. I don't know why it keeps like doing that. It was on the S, my bad. Not these trades. So 5-minute SIBI inside here. And then on Alpha ticks, here's your 5-minute SIBI on ES, included with the inversion. So we zoom in here, I zoom into the 15-second, and since the drawn liquidity is literally right below us, I do take an entry. However, what could have been, like overall the setup isn't bad, right? However, the change in the state itself, the model itself, wasn't that great because we still had a lot of hesitation to create this change overall. So yeah, overall, that's I think the only thing that I could have done, or done to prevent this trade from happening. So that's obviously going to the journal, and I ended up taking a that was the only trade I took on the eval. We're up 1.2k still. Unfortunately, the stats have been going lower. We are on a losing streak. We're on a 3 losing streak, which isn't that bad. I think the reason why though is because I've been trading on the second time frames, right? So overall, I want to stop trading that. This W was traded on a minute time frame. This L, second time frame, and second time frame. So I think the pattern is obviously that I'm trading on the second time frame, right? So for now, I'm just gonna stop trying to look at that and trying to build conviction, which like kind of also makes me want to take a trade on the second time frame as well. So that's why I'm just gonna completely stop looking at that while I'm trading, right? And so that's today's loss. What else was there? Oh yeah, so the last thing was, if I had kept looking at the 1 minute time frame, I wouldn't have taken this trade and I wouldn't have stopped looking at the chart, right? So once that this move here was done, we also created a 15-minute SIBI down here. We created a 15-minute SIBI on ES, and we had a 1 minute model, a really clean 1 minute model, taking out this high here. That was the first initial sweep. We're gonna just delete all of this actually, and this as well. Go back to the 15, and we'll just go through here again. So 15-minute SIBI, and over here we have our first initial sweep, and then we have a resweep of that high, which is our internal manipulation, and then getting the change in the state right here where the entry would have been. And this is actually the one I took on an eval from Apex. And the reason why I have another eval is because I won Justin Merline's giveaway for Apex. So I did buy 100k because obviously the activation fee is a bit much, but yeah. So looking at the count summary, we have $72, yes sir. But yeah, I don't really care about this account here. Honestly, I haven't even read his, what's it called? The Apex's accounts rules, but yeah, this was the trade that I was gonna take on my other account, on my eval, if I had only ever traded the 1 minute, right? And probably would have been break even and would not have gone stops out, and this shit would have run targeting the move of the day's drawn liquidity, which is the swing low. So yeah, I missed out on that, and because I was so frantic, so when I bought this account, it was literally right here, around here. So I was kind of trying to get the account. Oops. So if you guys take a look at the executions here, so the reason why I took a trade here and said it was okay was because this 2 minute model actually formed over here. Although it's kind of a stretch, to be honest. 0.5 point, actually not really. Yeah, this was the entry. Got a kind of worse fill, so technically I shouldn't even have been break even there. But yeah, honestly I should have just put it up the change. It's fine. But yeah, this was the most A+ setup of the day. Had I just been watching the 1 minute time frames, and because I wasn't, and kind of blinded by how like the lack of trades that I take per week, which is averaging, it seems to be averaging 1 to 2 trades a week. So because of that, I feel like I'm being more antsy about it, and obviously that's just not good. I much rather just pass the account like how I have been, but instead of risking like $100, $200 on say low quality setups, right, I'll risk like 300, 400 on low quality setups instead, and also, or actually no, 400 to 500, and if it's an A+ setup and it's a really good setup that I like, then I'll risk 800 or 800 to 900. So just trying to up my like trade frequency is kind of damaging my like whole trading, and yeah, and to battle that, I'll just up my risk instead of upping the trade frequency, right? So yeah, okay, that's the end of the trade recap. Hope I haven't been like rambling too long. It has been 12 minutes though, to be fair, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment. Peace.